Anytime that you arrive back from a big accomplishment or a major achievement, the first question that should be on your mind is, what can I do next? For me, that next step was Aconcagua. So after Kili was over, I started to think, and I wanted to keep going with it. And I wanted to see what the next step was. So I came to the conclusion that I was going to try to do what only 500 people on planet Earth have ever done. Climbing all the 7 summits is not easy. Starting first with the physical endurance part of it. The last one being you have to climb Mount Everest, which is pretty difficult. In 7 different episodes, have the 7 summits of the world. What started off trekking and climbing Kilimanjaro has evolved into something bigger. So I just got the handbook right now for Aconcagua, which is going to happen February 1st. It's a lot higher, definitely harder, and it's a lot longer. Second highest mountain outside of Nepal, tallest mountain in the Western Hemisphere. You need to apply for a permit and they need to send it. Most important part about this is knowing that this is all part of something bigger. February 1st, Aconcagua. Here we go. About 174 days left. This time is a little different. It's gonna take a lot more focus. It's gonna take a lot more strength. We learned a lot. We know what it takes. We gotta give more effort, more discipline, and more dedication this time around.
It's like one of my oldest friends, really. And ever since he found out that I was doing the whole mountaineering stuff, climbing and everything, he's been like probably the only one to support me, and I think I'm completely out of my mind. Johnny, say something to the people. You're in the documentary right here.
Right here, I gotta say, this man has said it from the beginning. He said it over and over. They doubted him when he did Kilimanjaro. They're not gonna doubt him when he conquers this one.
You know, I've been thinking recently, you can't just measure everything in life by monetary gain or how much money you're gonna make from it. Everybody asks me, like, what do you get out of this mountaineering stuff? Happiness. It's really giving me a purpose, and it's really giving me something to look forward to that is just for me. Take a step back sometimes, step outside the box. Live life, find a hobby, and enjoy what you're doing. Risk or higher, this is serious. Last time was last time, and this time is this time. But if you want to be serious about anything, you gotta push it to the max. 100 days left. I'm just outside the gym right now reflecting on everything, thinking how we're about to try something that is truly magnificent, something that is truly remarkable. Aconcagua, the biggest mountain in the Western Hemisphere. Under 100 days left. We're kicking up the training, we're kicking up the intensity, and most importantly, I want to reflect on how far we've come from even before we thought about this. And here we are, and I guarantee myself, we will prevail and we will summit. 100 days left. Aconcagua, we're coming, baby. I'm getting up early today. It's 3:50 in the morning. Everybody's main question is always, what are you getting out of this? 3:50 in the morning right now, and I'm getting up to do some training with a buddy of mine. There's no financial gain in this. There's just nobody waiting with an award at the end of it. This is all strictly for personal and self-gratitude. One thing about mountaineering is the next adventure is always bigger and better than the last one. It's more challenging. If you're not ready to dedicate pretty much a huge majority of the time that you have, then I don't recommend that you do this. Arrived today in the mail, LA Sportiva G2 Evo boots. Now, for Aconcagua, It's a lot higher, so it's gonna obviously be a lot colder. A lot colder means a lot more snow and ice. A lot more snow and ice means a lot more water. We have to do our best keeping our feet warm and dry at the same time. This will be the boot that I will be using for the remainder of all my expeditions when I summit Aconcagua, Elbrus, Vicen, and any other expedition that I go on. This is gonna be the boot that I'm gonna be wearing when I make it to the top. When this year started, I had two goals in mind. One of them was to summit Kilimanjaro. The other one was to have a Tesla. Well, guess what?
Got about 45 days left. It's not gonna be no easy task because all I can think about is there's no way that we can fall short. This is all in your mind, but your body needs to be there. We're working extra hard every single day. 45 days till we stand on top of Aconcagua. Mark my words.
2023 is over. This will be the last workout that I'm getting in the year. Kind of contemplating on how much has happened this last year. Kili was such a big accomplishment for me. Looking forward into the future, I think that Aconcagua is going to be, it's going to be one to remember. Happy New Year. And if you told me a few years ago that I would be heading into the new year getting ready to try to attempt to summit Aconcagua, I'd probably tell you you're out of your mind. 30 days left. It's coming. I just finished the final edit of Kilimanjaro episode, and the more and more I watch it, it kind of reminds me of how difficult it was. And I start to think about Aconcagua and how much more difficult this is going to be. The preparation for this has been more than anything ever. The severity of it is a lot higher because this could potentially make or break where I stand as a climber. You know, they say that you can't allow one event to determine the fate of other events, but the truth is that we have to be successful in this because it's going to translate greater energy into other projects. Maybe I got ahead of myself, maybe I didn't. The truth will show. I truly believe that I have what it takes to do this. Tomorrow we depart for Mendoza. However, today I was emailed from the company that I chose. There is a slight change of plans. We're actually going to be entering from a different location of the park. Apparently there's some avalanches and mudslides and some very dangerous weather. There's also a change in the actual route that we're taking, but I've made the executive decision that I'm going to continue with the trip. And if the guides think that it's safe enough to go and the rangers from the park think it's safe enough, then that makes me a little bit more confident. I guess it just makes for a better story. So tomorrow we depart for Aconcagua to attempt our second summit of 7. Dun, 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 dun. Just arrived in Sao Paulo. The route we took was Miami to Sao Paulo now to Mendoza, and I just experienced the craziest turbulence that I ever have in any flight I've ever taken. You know what this is? It's the point of no return, baby. Landed in Mendoza right now, waiting for my luggage. The vibes are at all-time high right now, all-time high. If I were to compare this to something, it'd be the Phil Collins drum solo, like it's that kind of moment right now. Okay. So there's some gear that I didn't have, so I needed to rent it. Came here to a local spot, get the gear that I need to make sure that we have everything for the trip. This right here is a wall of people that have left different currencies throughout the world that have come to travel in Summit Aconcagua. I was able to leave one right here. There was nobody from Miami thus far that has left. So Fresco stays here as a piece of history.
4, es lo máximo que...
Okay.
Porque
¿Cómo te va? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Loading up the vans right now. Day 1, we're heading to the 3-hour drive that we have. Crew's looking strong. Let's meet them. What is this?
This is mate, a typical drink from Argentina.
Just had a 3-hour drive here for a quick lunch, and then we are heading to where we will be staying for the evening. I just did about 45 minutes upstairs trying to acclimate any chance that I get, make no mistakes, and give myself the best possibility to make it to the top. Just woke up getting ready for day 1. Oof, look at that sun. Look at this. Today we're going from Penitentes to Confluencia. Live and direct from my presidential suite. We're gonna get ready right now. We're gonna go downstairs, have breakfast. We have officially arrived at the entrance of the park. As you can see right here, we're gonna go for a 3-hour hike right now to Confluencia. Aconcagua begins now. So that this video is completely educational as well as inspirational, we're gonna tally up all the rookie mistakes that we make throughout the trip. And from what I'm seeing, we've already got a few. Let's see how many rookie mistakes I make. Writing down the rookie mistakes that we made, we already made one, which was
Getting a big backpack.
smart guys, smart guys, smart guys. Not so smart. Rookie mistake number 1.
Let's go.
Rookie mistake number 2. Don't wear all black. Don't be that guy. These are the mules that they use to transport from camps. It's astonishing because they're so smart and they don't need anybody to direct them. They just know where they're going automatically. Amazing. Arrived at the first camp, Confluencia. Day's over. From what I've told, it was the easiest day, how it usually is. A lot of winds, a lot of rocky terrain. Here's the camp right here. Now, my advice to you is don't make the same mistake that I did and get a very heavy bag. I have an 85-liter bag. If I were to recommend something, all the other guys kind of had the same thing to say. Get 65 liters. Don't forget, for the first day, pack absolutely only what you need. Stay as light as possible. Day 1 in the books. Yo, this is Mountaineering Cribs. Let me show you my house. You come in here, you got the executive bunks, the presidential suite, baby. Only upscale in the high altitudes. Our first luxurious meal with the guys, with everybody. Everybody's feeling okay, feeling strong for the first day. Not too rough, but once again, rookie mistake. Number 3, don't overpack your bag. Too much weight.
He's right. He's right.
Day 2, getting up right now. We're going to do a little acclimatization today. We're gonna go up about 1,000 meters, then come back down. Everything's looking great. One thing that you can never forget You gotta live in the moment, baby. You gotta live in the moment, man. First time you see it, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Aconcagua. This is the south side of Aconcagua. So we did 2,000 feet in elevation today, 5-hour hike. Now we're going back to Fluencia to take a well-deserved shower. Rookie mistake, again, another one, as we continue to tally them up. Shout out to Anatomy, great gym, I love you guys. But bringing this little bottle of water, and another rookie mistake. Tally it. Here right now, doctor, he's gonna let you know if you're good enough to go up or not. Blood oxygen, take your heart rate. Let's see what we're feeling like.
Relaja el brazo. 130-80. 85-94.
Blood pressure was great. And what really matters out here is if water is leaking into your lungs. They check for that as well, your blood pressure. More importantly, is your oxygen. Ahora ahí, maestro. Enseña a la gente cómo se come en Aconcagua. Starting day 4 today, we're leaving Confluencia and we're making our way to base camp, collecting all of our stuff, clearing out all of our bunks. And today we'll be at approximately 13,800 feet. I forgot to pack my Crocs. We gotta cross this little river right now. Tally up yet another rookie mistake. Some of these parts are really hard to film. A lot of the rocks are slidey. It's all muddy and very rocky terrain. You know, I was just thinking that even though you have millions of followers, and you know you've done thousands of food reviews, I'm probably the first person in history to do a food review right here on this rock. So you know what? We got authentic bonbon here from Argentina. Let's see what it tastes like. Comes in with the chocolate flavor. Nice crunch to it. I'm starting to taste some peanut butter. I give it 7 out of 10. This is base camp. After an 11-hour hike, we have finally made it. It's probably one of the biggest camps that I've seen yet. It's really, really well with its infrastructure. Right now, we're approximately 14,260 feet. Tomorrow we have an off day. It was a really rough one. I'm gonna enjoy this day, take a break, and get some rest. Whenever you think that you're accomplishing great things, look at this guy. This guy's been on top of Everest. Look at this guy. This guy rides bike to Mongolia. Unbelievable. Because these guys are legends. And I'm here with them right now. Both of them. Angelo, you've been to the top of Everest. Do you think that I can make it to the top?
No chance.
So to give you a brief description on base camp, the infrastructure is really great. They actually have a variety of things that you can enjoy, which starting with an internet cafe, which you can buy beer, wine. They also offer late night raves, which I partaked in last night. Then you can have a massage, which they have a massage parlor. Also, if you would like to buy art at a high altitude, they have an art gallery. They have hot showers. If you would like to stay in a personal, more luxurious stay, they have these domes that you can rent, which if you're looking for the high-end route, this is definitely the way. And if not, they have these little tents, which comes with the package. So tomorrow we will go from base camp, take our stuff
all the way up through here, and Camp 1 is just around here, to then come back down and stay in base camp for one more night until we make our way back up to Camp 1. From Camp 1 to Camp 2, Camp 3, Summit is on the other side.
¿Qué pasa, Andrés? ¿Cómo va todo?
Todo bien.
Bueno, bienvenido a Aconcagua.
Gracias, mi amigo.
Espero que tengas una linda experiencia.
Gracias.
La verdad que te va a salir una experiencia de vida más allá de donde llegué.
Sí.
No importa dónde llegué, lo importante es que te sientas cómodo con tu cuerpo, con lo que vos sintás, pero más vale que ojalá que
Muchas
sea la
gracias.
mejor energía para comer.
Y este video es porque él fue la primera persona que vi en YouTube y fue el que me inspiró para hacer este viaje. Gracias mucho. Nos vemos en el cumbre.
Dale, nos vemos allá.
We're here right now at the Aconcagua Inca database is what I call it. These are the people here working non-stop. I have not seen them stop working. The logistics here are insane. And these people are here. They make sure that everybody's well kept, fed, and have good internet. So I just had this conversation with a gentleman in the cafe, and he had just come back down from the summit, and I was kind of just getting information from him. So he told me he didn't make it, and the reason he didn't make it was because he was exhausted from the weight he was taking. So if you're not going to pay for a porter service, I suggest that you go as light as possible in every single aspect of every layer that you choose and what you bring up, from your chargers to your fleece to your down jacket. Every single item counts. The lighter, the better. If I were to have any sort of advice for what is best for Summit Push, stay as light as possible. That's always going to help you and guarantee you to have a way better chance of summiting. Stay light. I'll say it again. Stay light. So after my shower, it just started to snow. I mean, weather just changed completely. I think this is the first time I've ever witnessed snow actually falling onto me. It's actually a really great experience. Today we will be going from base camp to Camp 1, taking equipment, taking food, supplies. So basically where we're going is taking this snaking all the way up, and Camp 1 is just around this right here. Before we take off, I came here to the weigh station. Right now my bag is reading at 14.5. Pretty heavy, and we gotta carry that up that. Let's dance. We have just arrived at Camp 1, 16,500 feet. Major headaches. I'm fatigued. I'm exhausted. But we still made it. Camp 1, then Camp 2, then Camp 3, then Summit Push. Let's do this. We're not slowing down, no matter what.
Jesus Christ, look at that.
Welcome to Camp 1. If you're thinking about doing this Aconcagua trip, you might want to really pay attention at this point of the video. Camp 1 is the true test of if you can do this or not. Let's start off by the bathrooms are no longer. Second, the water you're drinking is from up here in which they boil it, and it does not taste the same as the water we've been drinking. You have to use your own dishes. You have to carry all of your stuff. Not to mention, you have to make your own tent. I'm not really that good at that. Thank God I had some people who actually were experienced and knew what they were doing. Aside from all of those things, the headaches are intensifying. The nausea is unreal. And I feel more tired than I've ever felt in my entire life. So that's basically what you get at Camp 1. Oh yeah, tomorrow we go a little bit higher in altitude to Camp 2. See you guys tomorrow. Just arrived in Camp 2.
Headache's so tough, I can't even talk. But we made it. We're officially about 16, 17,000 feet in the air. Next is Camp 3. Now we have an off day, and I can't wait to rest. Summit is close. Welcome, Babu.
Thank you, man.
This is my roommate.
It's my roommate.
So I'm gonna ask you 3 questions really quick so people can get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
Starting with the most important. Where are you from, man?
I'm originally from India. I live in Boston. I'm Indian passport holder, so that's why I keep saying, because I don't have to pay the visa fee for Argentina.
Number 2. What were you thinking when you decided to come on this trip?
Crazy, man. I don't know. I thought I went to Kilimanjaro. I think I accomplished something, and then Kilimanjaro drove me to Aconcagua.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Last one.
Yeah.
How has it been being my roommate throughout this trip?
It's amazing, man. You are a wonderful guy. We are having fun, laughing. You look at the other 2 tents, no quiet.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Babu.
Hopefully
we'll make it to the summit. So we decided as a unit to splurge and order some Uber Eats. And this
See what you got.
This is what we got. Wow. 18,000 feet in the air, Uber Eats still works. Leaving Camp 2 tonight, well, tomorrow morning, having our last meal here. Very, very, very luxurious meal. I decided to eat inside of the tent because it's too cold. And once I'm done eating, that's it, I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. We're heading up to Camp 3 tomorrow. Wish me luck. In Aconcagua, this is how you go to the bathroom, inside of the tent. You grab one of these bags, do your business. JP, where are you going? We are going to take the water. To get water so that we can drink? Yes. It's very, very far, is it not? It's very, very far. It's there, behind that rocks. But this guy goes and does it. That's why I love him. This is the best guy I've ever met in my entire life. JP, the legend. Waking up, finally getting up. Today we leave Camp 2, going to Camp 3. There's ice all over the inside of my tent. I'm freezing. Psychologically, this is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to endure. And to be completely honest with you, I'm giving up. My body's shutting down. It's getting colder the higher we go. And it's getting hard for me to stay warm. Tomorrow we have the summit push, which is 11 hours, and we leave at 4 a.m. and I have no clue how I'm going to gather the strength to do this. The truth is that I want to go home already. And I think I was a little bit in over my head on this one. See you in Camp 3. Where are we right now?
Adam from Ireland, nearly at the top. Well, a day away. Not too bad.
Check this out. I came out of my tent and it looks like something out of a movie. I couldn't record earlier because the headaches were just too intense and the nausea just got to me and I had to go immediately into my tent. But we have arrived at Camp 3, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally arrived at Camp 3. All this work, all this pain, and all this sacrifice. Yes, I'm starting to get emotional, but this is one of the 7 summits of the world. And I promise you that we will make it no matter what.
fear is normal. Fear is necessary. Without fear, there'd be no need for preparation. Without fear, we wouldn't understand respect. Whenever you're doing something that you've never done before, your mind begins to race and ask itself, how am I supposed to be successful at this, where so many others have failed? Some of the greatest things that you'll ever accomplish are going to require the biggest sacrifices. And that's the most beautiful thing about life. Life is full of choices. You can choose to succeed, or you can choose to fail. That moment is going to come where you have to ask yourself, how far are you willing to go? Sometimes doubt will begin to consume you. But in that moment of doubt, you find out who you really are. I was once told that history only records victories. And every warrior will tell you that in all battles, you get to a point where there's no turning back. The only way is forward. And as you start to recollect everything that you've done, and you start to think of all the events that led up to this, the only thing you can tell yourself before it's over is, am I able to turn a dream into reality? It's 4:30 in the morning right now, and we're getting ready for the summit push. We're not worried about filming. We're not worried about recording. We're not worried about nothing else but making it up there. It's freezing outside. It's nighttime. One of the biggest accomplishments I've ever done in my life. Wish me luck. I just threw up, but I don't care. We're almost there, baby. There was an old man in my group. His name was German. 65 years old. This was the last time that he could climb a mountain. This was probably the last time. And he couldn't make it. We just lost 2 people along the way. I won't stop. I'll make it. No matter what. I just reached the cave. The summit right there, 200 meters away. I hope I make it, because I'm falling asleep and I'm having trouble breathing.
here, I heard something that said history only records victories. Well, guess what? I'm standing at the highest point of the Western Hemisphere. Kilimanjaro done, Aconcagua done. Let's see what's next for the kid.
Success comes hand in hand with sacrifice. I got to the top. This is a true fact. They had to link me up to the oxygen. But success comes hand in hand with sacrifice. Now I gotta make it down.
Angelo, do you now think standing on top of Aconcagua I have a chance to summit Everest?
Let's go to Nepal first. Let's see.
I'll see you in Nepal then.